Anyone who has used GPT, Midjourney, or platforms based on Stable Diffusion knows that they work great, as long as you just want to quickly generate nice images. But what if you want to tweak something, change the color, move an element, or choose a texture? In other words, what if you want to have more control? That's where things get tricky. To some extent, classic models like FLUX and Stable Diffusion, with the support of control nets and similar solutions, made this possible. However, it was complicated and still unpredictable because generative models don't understand what is a floor, what is a chair, and what is light. FLUX Kontext does understand. And this isn't about some kind of magical thinking. FLUX Kontext analyzes the image semantically, recognizing objects and their relationships to one another. It responds to direct instructions using verbs, for example, change the floor to concrete or add a lamp on the left side. It preserves the composition and structure even when you change something. It understands materials and light, as well as the fact that they interact with each other. You can ask to change a wooden floor to polished marble and you'll get a result that's realistic, at least to a certain extent. It distinguishes between styles. It knows when it's dealing with an expressive pencil sketch, a computer-generated CAD drawing, or a real photograph. This is no longer so-called prompt and tray. It's more like a virtual employee. In most generative models, it's a generate and forget approach. FLUX Kontext works a bit differently. You can repeat modifications on the same image, maintaining full consistency even up to 6 iterations, meaning 6 rounds of revisions. This makes it suitable for real work, not just for inspiration, but also for use at the concept stage or even in final production. Which, by the way, is something I'd like to prove to you in this course. So what makes FLUX Kontext original? Without getting into complicated technical details, let me sum it up in just 3 points. First, instead of painstakingly transforming data step by step, FLUX Kontext uses what's called flow matching. A shortcut that leads straight to the goal without losing details along the way. Second, a more precise latent space. Thanks to a new autoencoder, the model remembers shapes, colors, and compositions better. That's exactly why you can work iteratively, making corrections multiple times. Third, adversarial diffusion distillation. A technique that allows you to achieve high quality in a fraction of the time without having to wait for minutes. The result appears almost instantly. Interestingly, the model can be trained on your own data, thus expanding its understanding of the world. In this way, FLUX Kontext can recognize specific products, interior furnishings, or architectural elements on a facade. You can also teach it to replicate distinctive styles, such as designer sketches with colored markers, or anything else you can imagine. However, that's a slightly more specialized topic, which I'll save for another occasion. In the next lesson, I'll slowly start getting into the specifics. I'll show you how to use FLUX Kontext and what to expect when working with this model both online and offline.